It's the one and only big homie Flim Doggy Dog on the check-in. Let you know how we rockin' 2021. Fellas, you don't clean the all-white pair of Air Force Ones. You just get you a new pair. Ladies, if you out here in a sundress and you ain't got no ass, that ain't no sundress. That's a tall tee. But it's all good, I still fuck with you though. We outside, let's go!
School said it's endo, shit it smell like outdoor. Big clouds from the loud smoke, funny tobacco. Coming down, baby, hot shit, no Tabasco. All my niggas outside, what y'all in the house for, huh? Had us all locked in, like a church locked in. Cops still wanna see a nigga life up, no sir, we outside with it. Jesus sandals, white tees, big dog living.
3 or more than 3 a tris, I'm finna gumbo. Beating shit up in the paint like Matumbo.
What up, y'all? Y'all know what it is. It's your girl, Jay Michelle, and y'all are tapped into Flavor Friday. And y'all know how I'm coming. Of course, I got a special guest in the building with me. But before we get started, shout out to my guy, Young C, Big Mo. 4 times the team. Y'all see it. We up in Mixdown Studios. Make sure y'all book y'all sessions. Make sure y'all tap in artists. All kind of artists. Any genre of music. If you need a place to record, this is the place to be, alright? Alright, y'all. So, of course, like I said, we have a special guest in the building with me. Some of you might know this man as D-Wall, the barber. I mean, at first I said Darius, and they're like, D-Wall? And I'm like, is his name D-Wall? But y'all might know, however y'all know him, Midwest Wins is in the building. Everybody, Darius is in the building.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, what's up, what's up? Can you give a little introduction to yourself as best as you can, just kind of who you are, you know, what you do, maybe a little bit about what you represent.
Well, as y'all know, most of y'all know, I go by Darius, but I also go by D-Wall. I grew up in Wichita, went to Northwest High School, graduated in 2009. I attended Coffeyville Community College, graduated in 13.
Wait, graduated 2009 from
High school.
Which high school though?
Northwest.
Okay, because we represent for the Buffaloes. I just want to make sure everybody out there knows that that everybody knows the Southeast up in here. See, don't make that face. Don't make that. Okay, Coffeyville though.
Yeah, I went to Coffeyville Community College. Graduated there in 2013.
Okay.
With an associate's degree in sports communication.
Wow.
I attended Newman University. Graduated in 2016 with a bachelor's in communication.
Wow.
From there, up and down, kind of rocky. Trying to pick my poison where I want to sit and be at. Kind of went downhill. 2016. I ended up going to barber school. Started at Old Town Barber College. Ended up leaving from
shout
there.
out Old Town. They pumped a lot of talent out. Okay.
Yeah. Ended up leaving from there and took a little hiatus for a minute. And then I turned around and went to Legends Barber College, and I finished out there.
Okay.
In 2017.
Okay.
Of September. So I'm working on my 5th year as a barber, professional barber. But I've been cutting hair since I started I ain't gonna say 13.
13.
Yeah, my grandfather, he was in the Army.
Okay.
His dad, my great grandfather, had a barbershop and inside of his house. So he taught him how to cut and it passed it down. So my grandfather taught my uncle, and then my grandfather taught me. So he bought me my first pair of clippers and hey, I'm going to the barbershop, you gonna learn how to cut my hair. So it turned out as a hobby. I started cutting my homeboys. Just going hey, you know how to cut hair, you know how to do this. And, so I started doing that with them. And then, like I said, when I'm sitting down just like, what am I going to do with myself? I don't want to keep working for same people over and over again. I would work for the mall. I worked in the mall for 7 years.
Worked for the mall at the...
I worked at PacSun. I worked at Foot Locker.
Doing retail.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, because you done told a whole lot in a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I got to go back. Okay, so we're going to definitely touch bases on everything. I want to say real quick, just for you to be cutting hair for 5 years and to be nominated for Black Owl ICT. Shout out Black Owl ICT. But that must feel pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a blessing. I don't know, I'm kind of speechless about it. Shout out to everybody else who's nominated as well. Yeah.
Do you feel, is there a part of you that feels like because you are such a new barber, you don't deserve the nomination?
Yeah, I had my doubts. But like I said, I don't know what the outcome's gonna be, you know, into the show, you know. So I just pray and, you know, just keep trying to strive to prove. I don't feel like an award would give me that privilege to say, you know, I am the best barber, because there's not a best barber, but I have clients that, you know,
it's a
like,
step in the right direction. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I have clients who tell me like, man, you know, I've been looking for you since you left from here and there, and I'll just be like, you know, well, I'm here now. You know, they give me that appreciation, so I know I feel like I'm doing a good job. You know, and then the people I'm surrounded with, you know, they tell me all the time too. You know, I'm doing, you know, a good job of what I'm doing too.
So let's back up, because you went to college, and I will tell you, first of all, congratulations walking across that stage.
Thank you.
Big up to you. There's not a lot of people, not a lot of black people, not a lot of black men that walk across that stage. So let's just talk about maybe some of the challenges of staying down through college, because you talked about how you started at Coffeyville and then you graduated from Newman.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So how was that process?
Well, I want to say I started out, it's kind of rocky because I lost my mom in 07.
Wow.
So from there, it was kind of like, do I, you know, transition to the streets, or do I transition to what she really wanted me to do?
Mm-hmm.
My church that I attended, when I was in school, they had gave me a scholarship for a scholarship for graduating high school, and then from there, you know, they asked me what I was going to do. I told them the same thing. I was going to go to school. You know, I'm just doing this in honor of my mom. You know, so I ended up going to school, and I started out at Johnson County. I didn't finish at Johnson County because it was too far. My grandmother ended up getting sick, so I came home.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I started back at going to Coffeyville in 2010, the summer of August, and ended up finishing out there. So I had to make up, you know, I had to do my little makeup in between. And then once I graduated, I'm like, okay, what's the next step? Do I go back to school, or do I just, you know, try to find a job? So I said, okay, I'll find a job and go to school.
Who were some of with you not having your mom around at that time, and then I kind of hear you referencing the church and going to church. Mm-hmm. So is that what kind of like kept you on the path of it? You know, at least I'm going to college like my mom would have wanted, and I'm not going to the streets, or was there a particular person that helped keep you on the path of at least fulfilling that commitment?
My grandmother.
Okay.
She kept her foot on my neck the whole time.
Okay. Shout out to the big mama. Shout out to Grams.
Yeah.
Yes.
She kept her foot on my neck the whole time. She, you know, pushed me to be better. You know, pushed me to be more. And my mom always told me, you know, growing up, always be more.
Okay.
You know, so my grandma, she hit me with that quote every time. You know, like, hey, what your mom used to tell you. You know, so. Like I said, I started at Newman. It was kind of, you know, I'm like, okay, I don't know where I'm going to go from here. Mm-hmm. I started, you know, meeting different people. One person I really met, truly, like, we don't talk every day, but I know, like, you know, we say what's up here and there. Sometimes on IG is Reggie Baker, and he's one of the people that I had interviewed in the newspaper at Newman.
Wow.
He's overseas playing basketball now, whatever, and so...
Because that's not something I think that people would know about you, because, I mean, obviously, like you said, you got into the into barber school, and that you kind of been doing that for a long time. It was a hobby, but you went to school for communications and
it was sports. Well, it started out as sports communication.
Sports communication,
and then it turned into broadcasting communication.
So you kind of like far away from your field.
Yeah, because in between that, the minor was journalism.
Okay.
So I had to do my minors, and then my major was broadcasting.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where it came from. Really, just me being in school, but it was like, oh, you got a gift, you can go do this. And same with Barbara. They told me the same thing too. Mm-hmm. You know, one of my friends, he played basketball at Coffeyville, and he just got his dreads done. He was like, man, can you cut me? I was like, yeah, and I ain't never cut him. The whole time I was there, I ain't never cut him. So as I'm cutting him, you know, I'm done. I handed him a mirror, and he's like, bro, you need to go to barber school.
Okay.
So I'm like, what? I'm like, I ain't never think about that. Mm-hmm. So it kind of set with me for a little bit. Like, I got a talent. I can cut. You know, I'm not the best at it right now because I'm using Walmart clippers and Walmart liners. Mm-hmm. So, but I just knew I was watching YouTube videos, so I was getting the techniques down. So I'm like, okay, this is how I need to do this, right? So got a sticky note. on the little thing where the clippers be at, and I'm going over. Okay, this is what I need to do. This what I need to do next. So I was doing that.
Kind of self-taught.
Yeah, and so it was just about picking up different things and doing different things. Now, it just flow. Yeah, it just flow. Like sometimes I might have to, ask Mike like, hey, how I do this, how I do that. And he's like, okay, I'll show you this. As a barber, you have to still learn. You can't just think that you finna go out here and just, and cut hair and think you don't know nothing. Barber school. I'm gonna give you a little short view. I ran from white people. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, okay.
I ran from the white people.
Cutting white people's hair.
Yes.
Why? That's good money.
I don't know. It was, but in barber school, I mean, yes, it was. Mm-hmm. It was just tips. They wanted simple stuff. I never really learned how to cut white people hair. I always learned how to cut black people Mexicans. So I learned. I didn't really learn how to cut white people hair until I went to Legends. Like, Mom made me sit down and was like, "Hey, no, you gotta learn how to cut."
Because you're missing a whole lot of money.
I'm missing a lot of steps.
Yeah.
So, he gave me that. So that was where the go-to was. He was like, "Man, you can cut black people here, but I need you to really focus on white people."
Yeah. What was the difference between Legends and Old Town Barber College?
Old Town Ghetto.
It's ghetto?
Ghetto. Well, when I said because like the first month that you in barber school, the first 30 days you're in barber school, you're in a classroom all day, every day.
Okay.
You're not out there cutting with everybody. The next month is when you out there getting your points, you out there cutting, and you learn everything. You have people who already know how to cut. They just want to go straight to the floor, but they don't allow you to do that. Okay. So I was antsy that first month. I was sitting in that classroom, and I'm like, man, I'm ready to cut. I got little cousins that was living up here from Denver. They was my, they were my little models. They was my little models. So I was, cutting on them and learning from what I was, learning from my mistakes then with them. Yeah. And then from there, it was like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. So, when I went to Legends, it was different. You couldn't run from cuts at Legends. He grabbed me, telling me, hey, come on, you gotta cut this head. We'd be in the classroom, let's walk in, he'd be like, hey, come on, you gotta come out of the classroom and go cut him real quick, And then I was working with Jamal Thompson. He owned First Class Barbershop. Okay. I'm 13th, I believe. So he was, he was, talking to me, telling me to come up there.
That was your first shop
out of? That was my first shop. So he was in transition. Some things had transpired at the shop like a month ago. So he ended up, moving. He had called me, told me everything was going on. So it was me and this other dude named Ernest that was in there working. And we kind of went from, trying to figure out how we're going to get customers back to getting, most of the customers back. There's a few old school barbers in there too as well. That was, ready, willing to come back and work with us too. Yeah. So from there, I got approached by Bear, who owns Who Next. But I done had, owners of shops, say, hey, can you get such and such for me? I can't get them today, and they'll, like, hey, well, since you cut his hair now, yours. Like, make sure you exchange numbers and this and that and third. So that's your client now,
Is that like okay though? Okay, because chair hopping, is that like, hey man, you was in my chair last week, then you went hopped over here. Is that a like, don't do that?
It depends.
Okay.
So I would say if you come into the shop, if you hopping from shop to shop, that's chair hopping.
That's chair hopping.
I wouldn't say inside of the shop, because I done cut, a couple of Nook's people. Yeah. And Nook done cut a couple of my people. Dorian done cut a couple of my people. So it's like it's not like that, because most of your clients gonna come back to you regardless. Whatever situation that you in, or whatever circumstances is going on, most of your clients gonna come back to you. I feel like shop hopping, you coming to me, then you going to you, and coming back. That's shop hopping to me. Okay. So.
And y'all don't like that?
No, because honestly, you gotta, if one barber might do something different than the other barber. So I feel like you gotta get that person back how you had the person with the other barber. Yeah. And you gotta and I'm that person. I don't put nobody down.
Mhm.
You know, I just like, hey, you know, this side is kind of, you know, shadowed in this side. You know, so, you know, I did this and I did that. You have to know your work. You can't just, you know, put somebody in a chair and be like, hey, okay, I'm going to cut your hair. You know, you got to comb the hair. You look at it. You got to make sure the line up where the line up is at. You got to do all that. It's a lot. Everybody think it's just easy, but it's really not. It's complicated because you got to make sure you know what you're doing. Sometimes people hair go this way and you got to cut it this way. Yeah, it's different ways.
And then sometimes people want their hair and you're like, what the hell? Yeah, why you want your hair? I went to Paul Mitchell for like a second, a split second. And then I realized like, I want to be the one sitting in the chair getting my hair done. I don't want to, I don't want to be the one cutting hair because it's just like, no, I didn't like. So it is a talent to be able to service people in that way. And people care a lot about their look.
Yeah, they do.
So if you push somebody back, they're pissed off.
Sometimes you have to.
Why you got to? Tell me that.
So it really depends on, you know, where.
Like what happened? Like how you started?
Where your natural line is at.
Okay.
If you want, I mean, some people ask, some people don't ask.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you got to tell people like, hey, okay, this is where we got to put it at. So now, if it's purposely done, then yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes you know, if they have their actual natural hairline, then you can put it back there. Yes. Okay. But sometimes people do ask like, hey, can you push it back a little bit?
Really?
But not. I wouldn't say. When I say back, I mean just like tap.
Tap. Okay, not
5-6 inches back.
Have you ever seen the movie Barbershop where he accidentally scrapes the...
Yeah. He patched a little boy up. He looked like a leopard.
Has it ever happened?
All right, I got a story for you. So, in college, I'm drunk.
Oh hell! The story started off wrong.
See, I wasn't even. Well, I don't know if I was drunk or if I was tipsy. I can't remember, but I know I was drunk. I was drinking Hennessy. I was. You know,
he was out there.
I was feeling. So one of my clients, he live in Kansas City now. He had. He was like, "Hey man, can you cut me?" He's like, you know, I'm trying to look good for this, you know, for the basketball game. So I'm like, "All right, yeah, I got you." So I had already been drinking. So when he came in, you know, came to sit down. You know, I was cutting his hair. We was laughing, talking, or whatever. And the guard slipped off.
Oh no!
And I went the right direction, how I was supposed to go. And when I went the right direction I was supposed to go, like it just, you know, kind of, it took him down lower than what it was.
Okay.
So I'm like, damn. So I said, you know, so my thing was, I said, damn. You know, I went kind of low. And he was like, all right, we're going to fix it. He's like, can you fix it? And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, I got to go against the grain now. So I put the guard on, went against the grain, and he was cool. You know, ever since then, he was like, bro, yeah, like, you did that.
You had to fix it, though.
Yeah, it was just lower than what it was.
At least he gave you the opportunity to fix it, though, because there's some people that would have been so mad.
Oh,
they would have been going crazy.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever cussed you out? Like, no? What do you think Nook and them would probably do if somebody was in the shop acting a fool like that? You think they'd be like, man, you gotta go on up out of here with that?
We ain't never
or
had
you
that
think
happen.
they will record?
I don't know. I don't know. I think Mike might instigate it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
Mike's the instigator of the
I think
shop.
Mike might instigate it. Nook, he probably gonna try to de-escalate it, but we're gonna talk about it afterwards. But I don't know because I ain't never had that happen. So,
that's crazy. That's good though.
Yeah,
that's
see,
good.
I'm the one who do the cussing out.
Oh, okay.
You late? You're not showing up on. You know,
right.
You're not calling, text, and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna be late."
You be cussing people out.
I don't cuss them out.
I couldn't imagine that. I don't take you as, you know, I ain't gonna try you or nothing. I just don't see you really, you know.
Like if I don't cuss them out to the point, but they know I'll be irritated.
Okay.
You know,
you don't want your barber cutting your hair irritated.
No, So, you know, I'm like, damn, you know, why you ain't show up on the time that you're supposed to?
Right.
Like, yeah, my bad. You know, no, I ain't, you know, like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah.
I got other people, like, now, if it's, our busy days is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. If it's Tuesday and Wednesday, I ain't gonna really say too much of that, you know? But if this is a repetitive thing that you keep doing over and over again, oh, yeah, I gotta say something. I gotta be like, hey, bro. Yeah. Like, you gotta stop doing this. You know, like I had a client on Friday. He messaged me and was like, "Hey, I'm finna be, you know, it's 6:21.
Yeah,
like, I'm 10. I'll be there in like 10 minutes. No, ain't no 10 minutes.
Yeah,
you're not gonna be here in 10 minutes. You're gonna have to wait till next Friday and get your hair cut.
Sorry.
Like,
yeah, because I'd be mad. And I don't like going into barbershops. I know, like, and then for real, I've been to your barbershop. You've cut my son's hair a few times. And I came in there one time, and you could tell y'all was having a good conversation. Must have been about some chick or something. As soon as I came in there, everybody was quiet. I was like, I don't think, I was just like, oh, y'all done messed up the shopping. The shop out looks like, we don't want to be talking about, women and stuff like that. We try to keep it respectful. So I do appreciate that. Yeah. But what is the natural vibe in the shop?
When all three is present?
When all three is present.
Okay, wait, time out. Because I got to add, I can't say all three at first. So if it's just me and Mike, it's mellow.
Okay.
We laughing, we talking.
Mike joking. Does seem very mellow.
Yeah, we laughing, we talking. When it's me, Mike, and Nook, it's a whole
trio.
It's a whole other different story. Like, you have to really just come in there and be like, you really got to come in there and just be like, okay, this is what these niggas be on. Because, like Nook's a character himself. He got stories, and he tell the stories be funny. So you gonna fall out laughing.
Right.
He did a joke one time, and I fell out laughing because it was funny. But it's just, like, you just have to come in there and catch that vibe with us. Mike, he the instigator. He gonna, add some extra shit to the whole mix. I'm like, what? But it's gonna make you, it's gonna make you like, okay, I gotta come back in here.
Yeah.
Like people, like, when they come in there, they're like, man, I love coming in here. Y'all funny, all this and all that. The whole barbershop is a vibe.
I love it.
And that's the good thing about the whole thing. Because like I said, when I first came over there to them, it was, they was like, I don't know, we got to figure them out,
Okay.
And where I was at was different from where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Where I was at, it was hood.
Okay.
Like, it was, they had their little whatever going on. And then I'm the type of person, I'm a hood, but I ain't that hood, so the transition was different,
Okay, well, you gotta back up because you're like, things is hood, things is ghetto. Yeah. You don't like that shit.
Yeah. I don't want to say I didn't like it. It was different.
Okay, so the shop was hood. And okay, explain that to me just a little bit. Are you talking about like hood as far as like the clientele that came in there and how the business was being ran?
The business or the owner, he ran the shop how you supposed to run the shop.
Okay.
But it was just some of the people that came in, like I knew who they was, but it was just like, this is, like it wasn't a kicking spot, but it kind of put it in perspective.
Okay, it's like kicking spot, like people was pulling up and they weren't really getting cut.
Like, they was getting cut, but they was, still chilling around afterwards,
Hours after.
Yeah.
Like, you done been cut.
Yeah. So it was kind of different. Like, it was a different atmosphere from where I first started.
Yeah, okay.
And then transitioned to something that was, totally different from that.
Yeah.
Like I said, but I'm not going to complain because I made my money.
Yeah.
But it was just different.
Okay.
Like the music atmosphere was different. The vibe was different. Where I'm at now, we still play this, music is kind of, we play try to narrow it down a little bit. I'm the type of person, I do cuss a lot, so.
Do you?
Yeah, I have to.
I'm just like, you are just an onion. I just like, every time you say something, I'm like, really? Oh my God, I didn't think that. I wouldn't think that.
So, but yeah, I have my moments sometimes, but other than that, the vibe over there is, like I said, is 10 times different.
So you like more of, it sounds to me like you like more of I don't want to say like a gentleman's like club, but just like kind of something more mellow, a little bit more professional, because it's like the, I don't want to say, because, girls, when we go get our hair done and stuff like that, like I could understand, I wouldn't want a whole lot going on, like, because I'm there to try to relax. It's expensive, cuts aren't cheap anymore. So, and if you have a certain type of clientele coming in there, that could rub them the wrong way or they could feel uncomfortable. So I do understand that. Yeah. But it sounds to me like you done found your place.
Yeah. I'm not going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. So, but yeah, there is, like I said, it's different. It's way different. Like, women come in, they laugh. Like my own aunt, she'll come in, bring her foster boys in, and she laughing along with us.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a whole vibe. Everybody coming in, laughing, having a good time. We have a braider in the back.
Okay.
They include the conversation sometimes too.
You have more than one braider in the shop?
Just
one braider in the shop. Okay. I love that too. Yeah. Because a lot of the boys now, they have the braids, whether it's the man bun and all that going on or the dreads. Dual services.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask real quick for the Blackout Awards. Can you tell us 3 reasons why you think you should win? 3 reasons.
Three reasons.
Just
3 reasons. Professional.
Okay.
On time. Inconsistent.
Inconsistent. Okay. Now, if it wouldn't be you, who would, out of the nominees, you know any of the other nominees?
I know 1 out of the other ones.
Okay, so who do you, if it can't be you, out of the nominees, who do you hope to see it maybe go to?
Cedra, I think that's how you say her name, Cedra. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw her last night, matter of fact, and I told her, I was like, yeah, we enemies right now, you know. So
It's on.
yeah, it's on, girl. Yeah, but
Yeah. Are you dipped? You got your fit? Like,
oh yeah, I'm already ready.
Woo!
I'm already ready.
I don't got
Yeah.
my. Oh, see, are you coming? I'm ready. I need to get you going. That's the best part for me. I can't wait to dress up. I can't wait to see everybody and how everybody looks. You know, it's like the award is good. Do you got your speech written?
No, I ain't did that yet. I kind of, if I do it, I'm doing it off the top.
Are you?
Yeah. I want it to be
Organic.
If I write it down,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ad lib it.
Okay.
So I don't want to write it.
You
down.
don't want to take it just in case?
Mm-mm.
Because what's that movie where he was like... I can't remember that movie. I think it was with... what does that do? Kevin Hart, where he was like the wedding, like it was kind of like...
the wedding planner.
He was kind of like the wedding planner or whatever.
Mhm.
Anyways, that's funny as hell.
Yeah.
He said you never do it off the top.
Yeah.
You never crumble the paper. You always take your paper.
I don't know. I've always been the type of person to, if I write it down, I'm an ad lib it.
Okay.
I don't want to ad lib it. I want to keep it straight. Keep it straight natural. You know?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to feel like I'm missing points, and I kind of already know what I'm going to say. Like, it's kind of in my head, so as I'm moving,
Yeah.
okay, I know what I'm going to do. Like I told Mike last night too, I'm like, hey, you know, you got to come. Well, I got to come. You just got to come.
You need, yeah.
I mean, me and Luke already going because he got the table there.
Yeah.
He's performing as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just told him, I said, yeah, you gotta go.
It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
excited about it. I definitely am. All right, y'all. Well, y'all know what it is. Until next time, it's your girl Jay Nichelle. Flavor, we out.
We gon' take our time. We don't have to rush. Wanna know what's on your mind all the time, babe. We gon' take our time. We don't have to rush. Wanna know what's on your mind all the time, babe.